Hello, my name is Jalen Askins, and I am a voice actor. Yeah, I've been doing voices for a very long time, and now I've done a couple workshops. I'm in a couple animated projects coming up, and can't wait to see what happens next. This is the thing about me as a kid. Because I was with my grandparents a lot of the time when I was younger. I watched a lot of cartoons that a lot of the kids of my age didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So I watched Flintstones, Animaniacs, Looney Tunes, Huckleberry Hound, Tom and Jerry. Those were the cartoons I dabbled into. Animation was basically my first love. I couldn't not watch it.
I want you to find him. He is our enemy. He lurks in our shadows. He will pay for what he did in the Great War.
I have told the story maybe once or twice to a couple friends of mine, but the thing that, instantly got me to that part of voice acting was it was two instances. There was, if you've seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Master Splinter got me into voice acting because I love the acting of Master Splinter. And the second time was actually, and I think a lot of people who will watch this will understand this, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, the reason why is there was a particular character in there, well, two particular characters that I dearly loved because of how good the voice acting was. And that goes for all of the whole series. The acting was marvelous. But there was Roku and Iroh. These two, when it comes to Iroh, the most heartwarming scene is when he's mourning his dead son and he's singing that song. I have never, in all the voice acting I've watched, I have never cried as hard as I did watching that scene. And when it comes to voice acting, when it came to that, I was like, you can move someone with just your voice. They can't see you, but they feel it here.
Happy birthday, my son. If only I could have helped you. Leaves from the vine, falling so slow, like fragile tiny shells drifting in the foam.
That's the marvelous thing about voice acting. Your storytelling, and you can make people feel an emotion that they thought they could never feel through a cartoon. So, and that with Roku, it just made me go like, yep, voice acting got me. Made me cry.
I don't want you to fear me. I want you to understand me. Understand why I do the things I do.
I made an Instagram. And before I only had one Instagram. That was just my personal. But in my senior year, I decided, you know what, why don't I just make an Instagram for my voices? Because I felt as if no one's going to hear me, all the time. So why not use social media, something that we have in the digital age where people can connect and all that other stuff. Why not make that a thing? So made the Instagram, and I did everything I could, whereas I worked on my impressions, I posted, I was consistent, so I could say, hey, I do voices. This is what the page is for. This is what it's always going to be. And then I decided to take some voiceover classes because I felt as if another key step besides the Instagram is if I'm going to do voice acting, I need to learn the fundamentals of voice acting. And I need to learn from someone who's been in the business, who knows the ins and outs, and who knows how to, teach me, hey, you got to do this, that, and that. Because it's not just as simple as just, oh, I can do like 5 impressions. I'm a voice actor. No, there's layers to this. And I needed someone who was a master of it in order to master my craft and become a better, not just better person, but a better voice actor and a better artist at my craft.
Through your imagination. I have come to life. They locked me up for years, but now I am free.
A thing that I would tell someone when it comes to voiceover, if they're trying to get into it, is I think a skill that would be good to have is you have to have the adaptability. Because when it comes to this voiceover business, this voice acting business, yeah, you can do one type of voice and all that, but can you adapt? Like, let's say a director tells you, hey, I like what you did here, but can you make it a pitch lower? Maybe bring it a pitch higher, make it sound silly, nasally a little bit. That's something as a voice actor you have to, learn, and you have to build, and you have to, continuously do that. Another skill that you have to, kind of be aware of is, the acting ability. Yeah, we do. I can say people can do maybe 20 plus voices, but if you can't act at all it's not believable. I can't believe that this character is sad, upset, happy. That's the thing about voice acting, your storytelling. And if it's not believable to me and it's not believable to the audience, then you're not making a character. You're just reading off of a piece of paper and passing that off as voicing a character. When in voice acting, it's so complex. And I'll say this over and over again. The thing with voice acting is, at the end of the day, it's acting. It is. It's acting. No matter what anybody trashes it or anything, it's acting. We watch these Netflix shows, and I implore you, watch some of these Netflix shows. One I want you to watch is Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beasts. You want to know why? Because the acting throughout that entire show never feels forced, never feels as if it's unbelievable. It's right there.
I can't believe you're here. I can't believe I'm here either.
And I think another thing about voice acting I think a voice actor has to know is put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. You might hate how your voice sounds, but you have to get used to it, because maybe it sounds bad to you, but to 10 to 15 people, they think you the bomb.com right there. They think you marvelous, like you the next James Earl Jones, or maybe Jim Cummings, Rob Paulson. That is something where you sit there and and me, I'm a creature of habit for that. I've listened to myself. I said, oh God, I hate listening to myself. But at the end of the day, you have to learn, that you have to put yourself out there. No one is going to notice you unless you put yourself out there first and let it be known, hey, I do this.
Well, looky here. You actually pulled it off. But you made me lose a bet.
A common misconception, I think we've discussed this before, is it's just voices. That's a common misconception. A misconception is that we're just doing voices. We're getting paid to just do voices. But the thing about it is, that's not all of it. Like, it's a chunk, but it's not fully all of it. Like, we're getting paid to act, to storytell, to do all this. It's not just simply we hop up in a booth or we pull up a microphone and, we start talking like this and no, that's not how it goes. Practice. That's the key thing about voice acting. You don't just do 3 voices and think, oh, I can do this. No, it takes time, patience, discipline. Another misconception is, I would say, people think voice acting is just animation, which is not true. We have audiobooks, we have narration, short form reading, commercials, all that stuff. Like, whenever you turn on a TV and you don't see somebody talking, but you hear a voice and it's reading all the stuff, that's a voice actor. That's a voiceover. And there's different genres. And I'd say, for those who don't really know or want to be in this business, do research. Because I feel like if you do research, it will help you more, because you'll know, okay, I want to do this. I want to do that.
Close your eyes. Breathe. Let yourself relax for once in your life.
You've been carrying the weight of the world all by yourself for so long.
It's fun playing these different characters and bringing them to life. It's like when you used to, as a kid, when you used to play pretend, and you used to come up with all these different characters and backgrounds. You used to sit here and go like, "Oh no, Mr. Pig has time travel abilities and can go back and forth through time and change the fabric of reality." Like that was just all in itself. It culminated all from, and I'd say for any voice actors, from that childhood imagination and just grew and continued into your adulthood. So yeah, that's what I like about voice acting.
Let me check on my internet real quick. Just make sure that's working. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just have to like hit it. It's not being great right now. And it kicked you out. All right, cool. Very cool. All right, awesome.